Okay.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
We're good.
We're good. We're good. Right. Ember Spirit, man. Are you a fan?
They went for Darkseer first phase last game, and it looks like Ember
They
Spirit
did.
this game.
Darkseer is still there. I mean, I guess the Tusk is going to be.
No, it's just Ember Spirit. I think is more important for them because
Okay.
they lacked initiation and mobility because Queen of Pain wasn't strong enough last game.
Yeah.
Whereas last game they had the Tusk as well as Alina with Eels to kind of start things off in the fight, and then Darkseer didn't really like do his thing and blink vacuum wall and into huge, combos from their team. So I think they want just something a little bit more reliable.
Yeah.
Or
I
Ember
mean, they
Spirit's
banned it
a
out
good
this
one.
time to stop Bulba playing it. No, Bulba's performance was bad. There was some very nice 3-man
We had
back
static.
teams. As you said, just we fixed it.
Apparently.
We did.
I think.
All you needed to do was just look at us and then bam, the stream was
Yeah.
fixed.
They said it's okay.
Thanks, God.
They said stop picking on girls.
Stop picking on girls. Gods. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Actually, I'm not Gods because I'm paid to watch the game, so I'm not going to be able to watch you, Gods. I'm just going to have to trust you. But anyway, Ben, the draft.
Gods has no game.
Viper has been banned out. I mean, Viper, were we really going to see that from DC? Potentially. I guess the quad mid lane.
It's
I
a
mean,
bad matchup for Queen. It's a terrible matchup for Queen.
yeah, but it's a Viper.
5
At the end of the
seconds
day.
remaining.
You
I
don't
mean, is
want
Viper, do you rate the Viper still?
It's good versus Queen. It's not
I
bad.
mean, it does good in lane, but then what does it do on top of that?
You get mech and be super annoying.
I
be up in
guess.
front, be a tank.
I guess.
It's a game-winning hero, but it's super difficult to deal with in lane. It's hard to transition out of the early laning phase, and it's also difficult to come back when you're behind. So it's not that great of a pick, but I mean, I guess they might be a little bit scared of like the 5-man with the mech, with the Ember kind of all up in their faces too. He's pretty good versus Shaker and Queen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe as well when we see the rest of the draft come out from LGD, it'll be more kind of apparent of like, okay, this is obviously why they didn't want to play.
But he
against
plays
the
a pretty
Viper.
pivotal role, the Ember Spirit. Like last game it was like kind of the
Yeah.
Queen, and Queen fell behind, which is why their early game was crap. But with the Ember Spirit, it's like, he's the one. He's the one that needs to do everything.
Shaker and dying, all right.
Dire
I mean,
team
a dying. It's one of those heroes that's always good, especially if the other team's not ready to deal with it.
Yeah, they banned out the Gyro. What else is good versus Undying? Where's Alk been? Do these two
We've
teams not
seen
care
that
about
with
Alk?
these two teams, have we?
No.
Well, it wasn't involved
they-
in the draft at all first game, was it?
I mean, they're going to get rolled by it in one of the other games. I can guarantee it. And then they're going to start banning it and probably picking it. But
10
as of
seconds
now,
remaining.
kind of just gone by the wayside.
Dazzle comes out. Okay, I mean, I was going to wonder if LGD would pick that, but I guess is this going to be who's going to be playing the Shaker? Do you reckon for this game? Is it going to be ROTK taking it on the offlane?
I personally really dislike offlane Shaker.
Okay.
I think some teams can make it work, but for the most part, he's I think like a really bad version of Clockwork because he has the same capability of pulling the creep wave to your tower with the fissure, but he can't contest anyone in lane. He can't solo kill anyone. Like if a support messes with you, as a Clockwork, you can just kill them. A lot of the time, they actually have to play a little bit scared versus Shaker. You're like, okay, whatever. What is he gonna do?
I mean, I guess if it's of course going to be the offlane Tusk, and then LGD do have just as a support Shaker, it's very nice against the Tusk. Because anytime he goes in, you just pop a fissure behind him, and suddenly he's committed, and you're probably going to find the kill in return, especially if you've got the lockdown that someone like a Shaman offers. So this is a hero, Ben, that we don't see a lot.
This is aggressive.
I mean. So LGD totally kind of changing up the play style that they were going for the game with the game.
I think
one
it's going to
draft.
be way more 5-man than we saw last game. Last game was 4 protect 1. This game it might be 4 protect 1, but they're going to be pushing on towers instead of playing defensively. Digital Chaos. You know what would be sick? Pugna would be disgusting. But
Pugna.
he's so good for Shadow Shaman and Quap and 5-man, and they can actually. It's actually like a really good 5-on-5. Like if you have Ember Spirit, like you always start out the fight, but I don't know if they'll go for something like that. But that's one of Shadow Shaman's big weaknesses is like huge mana pool. Also his super slow move speed. Also him having to sit there and channel his thing.
I mean, are we going to see the dream of the position 1 Undying? It was done at Ireland, and it was awful.
You don't need it because you have Alk nowadays. If you want,
if you want the Ags, yeah.
If you want Ags,
you just pick an Alchemist. I mean, with this now, is it what going to be just the Undying on his own on the offlane?
I think it would be 2-1-2.
Okay,
most
2-1-2. Yeah. I mean, TA's been picked up a
Undying
bit by
Shaker,
DC. I mean, TA.
I think it's
this pickup.
TA's okay.
Yeah.
It's a decent matchup versus Quap. Also gives them good Roshan potential. They have minus armor synergy with Dazzle, but at the same time, it's like not good versus push. So
yeah, that's the thing. Once
it's not.
LGD start kind of caving in on you.
Yeah.
It's going to be Bit of
like
a tricky one here.
Tombstone can whack off your refraction charges. Queen of Pain to Echo Slam, Shadow Shaman with wards, or even Shackle I think is okay at taking down refraction. So I don't know. I don't think it's that great, but it's something that TC really likes. Or from what I've seen of Digital Chaos, it's what they like to give TC.
Okay. Would you say one of his better heroes?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. We'll see
Pretty
if pretty good's enough against LGD. That's the question. Really, as we get into this one. A final ban now from DC. So in all truth, LGD is still looking for, I'd imagine, Sylar's hero here, really.
Yeah.
Unless we see something really crazy come out.
Like, what's good
safe
versus
lane.
this?
I mean, someone who's going to I mean, they don't think pick something like a... No, they wouldn't put the PL this game.
Clinks would be good.
Clinks.
I like Clinks versus Orchid versus Ember Spirit. it's also just good at eliminating heroes really quickly, like Dazzle. I don't know. It's also good versus Roche. But it's bad versus... It's bad as 5-man, but I don't really think Digital Chaos can put that much of a fight versus the 5-man, so you don't really need that much of a
they
team
don't
fight.
run the DK, do they, LGD?
They won't, not for Sylar.
No.
Not for Sylar,
Unless
for
they...
sure.
No.
I've seen like Sylar play Nature's Prophet, but I don't think they have the late game to kind of justify that. Yeah, that's a long time ago though. What other pusher carries are there? Alone Druid actually might be not bad here. I wouldn't be too against.
Is he a Sven man?
No, he's not a Sven man.
Razor though. That works. That does work.
Razor's okay. It's
I mean,
like they're low on time. It's a decent pick. It's not great. Like
nice combo with the Shaman in lane.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, you don't really need
Is
the
this the
combo,
offlane
though.
Enchantress?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's see who picks it up.
Are they going to run the jungle?
Oh wait. Sylar's playing Queen.
And the okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's unusual.
It's Bulba Edge. It's going to be the offlane edge. Yeah,
Okay.
We're
Offlane
going to see some
versus Queen though.
some slashers way. I mean this.
It's just hard. Like versus
Okay.
Undying and Scream and like a Sonic Wave. Like if you get to
There's
K
a
once,
fair
you might
bit
get
of
one
burst.
shot.
That's true.
A fair bit of Magic Burst.
And
mind you.
yeah, the strength's going to be going. That's a. I mean,
who's the right clicker? There's just Razor pretty much. Or Queen of Pain can right click.
That's true.
She has the option of just right clicking someone else. She has a lot of mobility. I don't know. Enchantress it's definitely viable. This game it's a little dubious. Maybe they want like the super long range to like kill Undying. I think you want like long range heroes to kill the Tombstone. So that's kind of one benefit that they have because all they have right now are like super short range heroes.
Okay.
Except Dazzle.
Let's get rid of the overlay ban before we forget as we get into this one.
You are great at production.
Right on. Look at that. Fantastic stuff. But anyway, LGD versus Digital Chaos.
Oh, all our console commands went
Oh,
to...
did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do I have to go back and console them?
I think you might have to copy and paste them.
Okay. I can do that.
Get back in.
Apologize for...
Hopefully that doesn't ruin the minimap.
It's okay. I have them copy-pasted already. Don't worry.
There we go. Look at that.
And my minimap... Let me copy this.
Now, check.
Okay.
Can you still left-click the map?
Please.
Yes!
Oh, the dream.
Woo! We're good. Game 2.
I took that for granted.
It should be fine this game.
What an ungrateful being I am.
I mean, you managed game 1. I don't think we actually missed a single kill. Man.
We did it.
Congratulations.
That's a first.
That was,
Let's see how many times he's played TA. Refraction damage absorbed.
162k.
Is that a lot? I guess damage done by a hero is probably like
10,
20,000 a game.
Yeah.
So.
But then damage you're taking, that's. I mean, you're gonna.
That's
be
from
taking
refraction. Yeah. That sounds really high. He must
think
have a
that
lot of
sounds-
TA
I think that
games.
sounds low.
You think that sounds low?
Or maybe not.
That might
Actually,
be. His,
what,
I think it's gonna be his top 3 heroes.
Yeah, no, it's got to be
You
one of
think
the
it's gonna be his
Let's have
top
a
3 heroes?
Has he played it in any? Check her recent games. Has he played any recent as TA? Let's find his most recent as TA. Oh, he's not played it for a while.
It's been a while.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
He did win his last game. Have a
Yeah.
look. Let's check it out. Let's see how TC did it. Oh, a bit of a stomp here. Looks like someone was boosting.
Hey, that was my game.
Oh, hey, shoot,
Hey, I was in
Ben.
there.
Hey, there you go.
Hey.
You carried TC. Oh, nice one, Ben.
We did it.
Look at that. Warlock. I like Warlock core.
That was a long time ago, dude.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That was his last game of TA as well. So that was a while back.
That was a month ago. Over a month ago. But, I mean, he's played in competitive a lot. Okay. You want to introduce?
Yeah, let's see. You go for it, Ben.
Me?
You go through a DC, seeing as you're an NA man yourself.
Am I? Okay. Am I? Where's always items? What is he doing? Oh, he went to go place the ward really quickly. Why
Yes.
That's strange.
You gotta
Usually
make
you
that
still buy
courier
your
work,
items.
you know.
Okay. AUI 2000, drafter and captain for Team Digital Chaos will be playing the Tusk. We have TC on the mid Templar Assassin, Boba on the Enchantress with these weird-looking Doomish horns. Dude, they look like Doom horns. You see this?
Maybe that's the play, you see. You can't get Doom through the draft, so you dress up as him instead
Yeah.
on another hero.
Okay. Then we have Ush taking up the Ember Spirit, the stand-in replacing Yawar. And then we have Dazzle, Biru.
Biru.
30
All right, Ben, over there on the side of LGD, we're going to have ROTK on his off lane Undying. Over towards the mid lane, you've got Maybe he's going to be running that Razor. DDC on the Shaker. That's going to finally leave Sylar, of course, on the co-op this game. So switching it up a bit and talking about switching it up, the fact that MMY bringing into this game the Shadow Shaman. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes. Obviously, Shaman, he's not picked a lot, Ben. Why not?
It's because he's super risky. He's bad on try. He's really bad on try. I think that's like one of his biggest weaknesses, actually. Secondly, he's not that great if you're behind because he's just like super easy food. And I think a lot of people didn't like him in the Bounty Hunter era, which is why he fell off a lot. Like he's just like, okay, give me track gold, please.
So would you argue this patch is kind of the changes all around the way the meta's shifted has made it a little bit better for the Shaman to come through?
I think he actually got a pretty good buff with his shackles being, 10-second cooldown. Pushing's always going to be important, so I think he also scales really well as a support into the late game, and he's much different twist than Lion because Lion doesn't have as much disable as him, but more burst. So overall, he should see some teams picked up, but some teams just don't like his style. I don't know. I still think he's pretty good. He's definitely way better than he was last patch because of the heroes that were kind of eliminated from the pool. Like if you were playing versus Leshrac and you get hit by one lightning, you're like, okay, I can't go in and fight, guys. But now at 6.85 scrolled around, he's like, okay, I can play him.
Okay. I mean, in terms of the lanes, the fact that they've left, they've got both Aoi and Bulba on the spawn lanes, you feel this is necessary here from DC?
Yeah, because we talked about how much magic burst they have, and they can just shackle him. It's really hard for Enchantress to like stand up versus shackle in level 1. We even see that he skilled up Ether Shock, but like his HP is just so low. Actually, his strength. Look at his strength, +6 strength. It's pretty good.
He's brought the
Won't die in one Sonic Wave.
And this mid lane, maybe versus TC at the moment, it's 5 for 4 on the Razor, 2 for 0 on the TA. Do you think we're going to see it kind of continue this way of maybe being on top, or should TC have the capabilities?
I think it's kind of a wash. Maybe he didn't go boots first.
Okay.
Let's see if he did buy boots instead of bottles. So you might see maybe pull a little bit ahead, but all it takes is one decent rune from TA or like ancient stacks. So mid's kind of a wash. Very little kill potential on either side.
All right, and the final lane, of course, up on the top. We have got RTK on his own on the Undying. I mean, you mentioned the possibility of 2-1-2s coming out. I'm not seeing it. We're seeing this, just the fact that DDC at the moment is going to stick around bottom. I guess he's going to be quite mobile.
Well, you definitely want to do
T1-2
well. if you're Shadow Shaman. I don't think it's worth it having the Shaker down here on the bottom lane. But we'll see. Because Shadow Shaman actually really needs levels too. I would say more so than other supports. So you don't necessarily want him in a 3-on-2 or 3-on-1 situation unless you're getting a lot of kills.
I mean, how vulnerable is Maybe here in the mid lane? Does DDC need to kind of hang around mid just in case, TC starts to go for it when he gets back up from someone like Howie?
I don't really think he's that vulnerable. Like if they snowball in, you just link the TA and then you just walk away. So he's fine. They also have like a Shaker that's kind of floating around that mid area, so I think DC is very unlikely to make that kill. You talked about like how they committed 2 people at the bottom lane. I also think it's because of how poorly the laning phase went for Bobo in the bottom lane at the start of last game.
Okay, so they wanted to kind of get that because he sat on level 1 for kind of the first couple of minutes.
Because if you're the captain, you're like, okay, what went wrong for us last game? Our early game was terrible, so this is kind of like step 1 of 3 of making the early game go well. They wanted to involve TC more. They wanted to give more farm for Boba, and they needed more impact from Ush. So more impact from Ush is not something that he can help. More impact from TC is something that he can handle, though. So he's kind of shored up that by helping him maybe get like a kill or 2, or maybe stacking for him so he can do more in the mid game. So it just depends, game to game flows.
I mean, both position ones at the moment farming fairly decently. 17 for 5 here on Ush and 15 for 3 on Sylar.
Is he gonna find this ward? MMY is looking for it.
He knows it's there. Hey, he should find it if he walks around now. Yeah, there.
Will he? I don't know. I don't think he sees
He
it.
doesn't see it, does he?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have vision.
Look at this vision switch over.
Wow.
Wow.
What a sneaky ward. Guys, pick that up. It's a good one.
And nicely done there.
That might be the next common ward spot. Because if you place it in the... okay, he sees it.
He sees in the little gap when he stands right in the corner.
I mean, he wasted 3 sentries, though, dude. That's value.
It's quite an investment.
And the Observer War is almost dead. That's good.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that one, DC. Just rinsing the Shadow Shaman of his dollar.
Regeneration.
So at this point, 4 minutes in, kind of like the first game. Yeah, it's sort of passive. No one really jumping for each other's blood at the moment yet. I mean, at this point,
if you're LGD, you're probably waiting for Shadow Shaman to get 6. Same with Queen.
And then you just group up and go as a full 5-man, or how many heroes do you commit?
No, you
just
can't
walk in and ward.
You can't ever like to say, oh, once we hit 6, we're going to do that. It's too far away. You have to wait and see how what is TA going to do? Are they going to be stacking a lot? What are they going to do with the Enchantress once she's like vulnerable to a lot of the bursts? Is she going to leave the lane and jungle? Is she going to gank? Like, are they going for early Roche with Untouchable? Like, you never know what the opponent's going to do, so just got to play on the fly. Are they going to stack and farm? If they stack and farm, you definitely play aggressively and push towers. But they might not. You also want to see what build TA goes for, too. Whether it's going to be a phase, like a Dezo Rush or whatnot.
Yeah, I guess, as you said, with the Roshan potential, you reckon Dezo Rush is going to be the play here? Or?
I think so.
Yeah.
Dezo Rush is good. But you don't want to go Dezo Rush if LGD constantly 5-mans, right? So it also depends on what LGD does. Because Dezo Rush is... It's only good if you get the Roche, but you might not be able to if they push all your towers down. So, yeah, they're playing stacking and farming game. Let's see a smoke on TC. Let's see if they pop it after this. Level 3 and level 3. Not the best time to smoke, but it might be worth it just to get first blood.
Yeah, I mean, if TC gets his 6 down, he puts the point in traps, you've got the chase down potential if you want to go on someone like the Undying.
He's expecting a gank, though, in mid, it looks like, because too many heroes are missing. So you can see LGD already like feel a gank coming on.
They might be able to catch RTK if they can find the change. The Tombstone does get dropped here, but the heal bomb, very nicely done there by Aoi.
No TP.
Yeah.
What was his team at?
Bottom lane, though, LGD. Looks like they'll find the return here. Bulba's got the Untouchable. Oh, is he? No.
No,
they're going to have a scream in a second. No, he hasn't quite got the mana. All right, Untouchable.
It's smart for him to go mass strength, though. Like, he went all stats.
Yeah, because the only thing that's going to get him is the burst. And, if they don't have that initial burst, they're not getting the kill. Smart. Just get himself out of there. Doesn't want to stick around.
Enchantress, good hero.
Yeah, DC 1-0 on the board.
Look at her farm.
Not finding anything in return.
27 CS. That's great. Cop's only 19.
Yeah, Bulba's having a game.
I know.
Mid lane as well, maybe. I don't want to jump on him, though. I've been a little bit careful with that with the ult out on Razor, not wanting to fight into it. I mean, yeah, you got to be careful of this Ench. One hit and you're losing a third of your health there on Sylar from the impetus.
So it was really smart. They got Aoi to boost him in levels, and then now that after he was okay, LGD committed too many heroes. So now he's 6.5, and Sylar's only level 5. So this is like a really tough game for him because usually you just Sonic Wave and you get 1 or 2 kills and you have Trez and then some, and then you can work from there. But I don't really see him being able to like climb himself out of this hole yet because he's still. I guess he has the haste, so he can maybe make some plays there, but it's dangerous life.
DC want to try and go on this potentially. Aoi is there as well. He's moved in. If they can catch someone out, even just holding him in place with a stun and an ice shot, allowing the HT to a few impetus in, you should be able to kill.
They saw him with the ward though, so it's unlikely.
Yeah, so that's always going to be a fairly hard kill with that blink, of course. Top lane. Looks like LG going to be the ones to fight. Ush going very aggressive on RTK, but TDC is there with a Fisher. Ush to get the Remnant out in time though. We'll be able to escape. Bottom lane, we do still see the side of DC committing 3 heroes here, really wanting to try and find something. It's going to be hard to get Sylar.
I also wonder what maybe he's going to get. If he gets a mech, they can actually do more stuff. But like they have an early game lineup with Undying, but they aren't really able to do that much with it. In Quap even, I think Quap's pretty good on early game. But DC's actually making the first move.
Bulba's going in.
He should. He has 800 HP.
There's going to be a TP through. They might just jump on this man as maybe. Gets the static link off onto Aoi. So starting to build up that damage. Now they're probably just turning Chase down. Sylar's there as well. The Sonic Wave onto 2 is beautiful. They've already killed 2. They might be able to find Bulba's they can chase it down. It looks like he'll be fine healing up there.
I wonder if AUI knew that the static link continues to snowball.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
Does he? It's one of the weird interactions. Like, Snowball is one of those weird spells. So is Static Link. So, I don't know. It's like that's not a play you do if you do know, because then he gave him like 100 damage.
He did give him a fair
and then he got owned.
Another.
Oh,
I
top
saw
lane.
the start of that.
Ash gets a solo kill, yeah, on the Undying. Yeah, we caught it, and I don't blame you, Ben. It didn't look like he was going to get it, but looks like RTK just hung around a little bit longer than he was welcome for. So DC getting another kill up there nonetheless. Obviously, giving away the 2 heroes on the bottom was a bit of a mess, but DC are looking better than they did in game 1, at least in the early game part of it.
Yeah, their offlane went so much better, and Siler's like way under farmed compared to what you normally expect from a Queen of Pain in the safe lane. So that's pretty good. Like his net worth's really low.
Looks like LGD want to fight now this time. DDC and MNY hanging around, ready for DC to go aggressive and to try and turn around his gun. Maybe is going to have the ultimate backup. And I mean, she's getting a lot of space up here on this top lane. He's going to have a very early bots. Unless they get the kill, no, chains holding him back, and yeah, he's fine. So I imagine this is going to be the bots rush, which we see pretty much every time now.
I think they're going to turn up the heat a lot on LGD. And ROTK, he's died twice. He has max Tombstone, but they haven't really made good use of the Undying, so you kind of just fight where the other lanes are. You see where the Undying is. If you see a weak spot in their formation, then you can go.
Oh, that Fisher. No. First of all, Aoi's shards block him out, and they end up blocking themselves there with DDC's Fisher, unfortunately, there for LGD. Bit of a mess. But, well, it's all going to be down to... I mean, Bulba, of course. What do you build now in this area? What's he going for? Is he building? The Orchid?
Is he building Orchid?
Orchid for Sylar? I mean, for the solo kills.
They have Chains, though. I think Chains is generally actually pretty good.
That's enough, do you reckon?
Chains plus TA burst, I think, is okay. What is he getting? Drums? I don't... You'd give Bracer first, though. Blade Mail?
Blade Mail?
Could be Blade Mail.
Blade Mail wouldn't be bad.
Orchid is just super unusual.
I think you could be on.
I think Orchid's pretty good, but I'm not sure if he's going for it. But we'll see. I mean,
Blade Mail, offlane edge.
He's getting a lot of farm though. He's getting so much space they don't like even want to commit to him. So at this point, you probably do go Orchid. Casual robe.
Casual robe.
That's just ludicrous.
It might be. I mean, if Sam starts to build someone else now.
Yeah.
You know, we to make. This is the drums, is it? Yeah, it's drums.
Usually you get Bracer first though, so that's a little unusual. But I guess if you're not really worried about dying, then you can get it.
Sylar won't be falling today.
Yeah, that's one of the things where like you have to have a lot of anticipation as the Ember. If he dropped it before he blinked, he would have been able to catch up to him. So.
I mean, she's still having a pretty good game nonetheless. Top of the net worth.
Yeah, but that's like kind of the nail in the coffin for Queen, though.
Those,
right? Yeah. It's kind of like last game where Queen just didn't really have an impact. If that's like the one kill that just puts her over the edge, it's like I can't do anything. I'm just gonna feed, and then you have to switch to a defensive.
I'm just gonna feed.
I mean, you're in that position sometimes. Just like they have so much burst for me. Like TA kills me in one shot, I die in the Searing Chains. Like I die in the Snowball. Like that's the position you don't want to be in. And with like one more kill, you can kind of put her into that territory. So Queen going for Orchid, that's still pretty risky, but I guess they feel like they need a little bit more extra damage, or more importantly, lockdown for Ember.
Okay, smoke time here for the boys on DC. Aoi and Bulba leaning down towards the bottom. They'd like to try and go for a solo. Well, to catch at least maybe on his own. Gonna leave through here. The snowball stun will catch, and wait for the ice shards to follow through. They'll look for the damage here with the impetus, but then maybe it's just gonna TP out, and I think he makes it as well. So a little bit of a wasted gank there, unfortunately, for the side DC, and they might just lose Ush. The controller's there, the Searing Chase come out, and he gets the Remnant away. It doesn't matter.
Where's this preparation? Dude, him and his Remnants. Like, usually they have a Remnant drop beforehand.
Yeah, he's kind of popping them out at the last possible minute.
Yeah. But maybe he didn't expect them to have that much lockdown because of the Shackle from Shadow Shaman. Or maybe he expected that he could slide out of the Hex jump. I didn't see the jump on it.
There he is. Needs to be careful. There's a wraparound coming in from LGD. I think this Dazzle may be dead. Yeah, Tombstone.
He has Grave.
For this.
He can still buy a lot of...
Nice. He's been shackled. He's making him work for it.
Weave them!
There we go. Very taken down. In the mid, Bulba's starting to head over there. Well, LGD, of course, get themselves a couple of kills up at the top and into the middle, and nothing of any value for the cells lost. Sylar's looking to pressure onto the tier 1 top.
He really wants his Orchid.
I mean, that, of course, one of the nicer ways to... Okay, if he gets the chase down...
Where's the double chain?
I was going to say, look at the chain onto RTK. They might get to get the kill nonetheless. It doesn't matter by the looks of it. They're chasing down. So they will get the RTK almost certainly with a Flame Guard bird damage. The decay's nice, but the Walrus Punch is nice. A double kill there for Rush as he cleans up with a Sleight of Fist. And looks like DC will be able to get this tower as well in the mid. LGD still pressuring that top lane. Silo didn't come down, didn't have the Sonic Wave. They'll draw the wards for this one as well, just to ensure that they get the tower.
That's a big win for DC, though. This tower is so much more important to LGD than this top one, and they committed wards to top. I'm actually a little surprised they committed the wards, but now they can actually proceed into Roche pretty soon. They have Untouchable. Let's see, the Dezo timing on Templar Assassin looks like it's not that fast, but I mean, they have, I think they have the time. I think if you see the wards commit to top, you might actually go for it, but let's see. Looks like they want to take out the stack before. It's much safer with Dezo.
Sylar and himself away from us. Yeah, just as you said earlier, just really wants to try and find that Orchid, because then they are going to be in a much better point to catch out those on DC. But DC looking strong for what it's worth at this point, 14 minutes in.
Yeah, a lot of teams will have the Observer Ward like right about here, so they can actually gank him while he's doing it, but they have no idea that the Ancient Stack is going on. That would have been a perfect smoke timing, and a little of the reason why LGD, I think, is like not as prepared as some of the other teams in this tournament. It's a lot of farm that they could have potentially jacked too. Like Razor with his ulti is pretty good at taking out.
Connects onto Aoi here. You got Sylar moving in as well. Just had the backup of Biryu and TC. Actually, do want to chase this. The Shard's coming out trying to block them, but Sylar's got a Sonic Wave and he really wants to use it. Blinks forward, beautiful Sonic Wave onto 2. Biryu does get off the shallow grave in time. Turns around for a nice Mighty Mountain Weave. And now Ash, he's maybe going to think about going in here. Now doesn't want to do it. Way too risky with
Oh, nice. Now they have the Observer Ward. That's really important. They have really good control of like this mid area on the map. And as long as they keep TA's farm a little bit down, they should be okay. Because Razor's getting pretty tanky. I'm surprised there's no mech, but maybe relying on Undying to build it instead.
He's pretty close to it as well, yeah. Just needs the final 100 or so for the recipe. And Ash working towards that Battle Fury now in the Radiant jungle. We are going to see TC try to go in on MMY. Taken down by the Impetus there from Bulba, but maybe he's going to look for the return here. Gets the Stally Link off. We'll look to try and chase down Bulba. Trap slow, very nicely done from TC. We'll be able to break the link, and now Bulba turns around. TC moving back in onto maybe here, gets the meld hit, and Usher turn up to the fight. Chasing down, slight fist, Searing Chase onto 2 with the Impetus still. It's a lot. So healing up, maybe is it enough to keep him alive? Yes, maybe we'll be able to walk away here. DDC and RTK still in front of the fight. The decay stacks are burning up now. Sylar turns up. Scream onto TC, they'll get the kill onto TA. They do lose Razor here though, as Aoi finishes him off with a Walrus Punch. But LGD aren't done. It looks like DC, they want to be done. They're trying to get themselves out. Usher's now remnanted back into the fight. The fish on 3 is nice. The Echo Slam comes out. It's not doing too much. They actually lose DDC here. And Bulba's just going to be able to ward this off. Oh, he just turns around. Impetus onto RTK. The Snowball comes through as well. Bulba's going to live. And LGD losing 4 heroes in that fight. And Digital Chaos playing that absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, great play from Ush there. He went in and did a lot of damage. He got really low. He TP'd back. He remnanted in and then just cleaned them all up. This is the benefit of the BOT build, why it's so strong. Didn't even have a rune at that point. And I'm not exactly sure where MMY was. They did have the wards available to him, but from the way it looked like, LG had a pretty good hold on that fight, so maybe they just didn't expect that they needed him at that point. But
if they get Roche off the back of it.
Yeah, that's really big loss for LGD. I do not like their mid-game prospects if this Roche goes the way of DC. On the flip side, really good play by AUI too, picking off a couple of other heroes, and I don't think they had the mech that fight.
I don't want to say they did. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, if they had the mech there, it would have been, I think, way different. But
maybe
pretty much free Roche.
He's just going straight in on this one. The shards are actually going to block him off. Oh no, the teams can still get around.
You feel really strong right now, though. You have Max Tombstone, you have mech, right? Even if they're at H, it's like whatever. We have Undying. We're supposed to win the early game fights, but they're not, which is a big problem.
Yeah, they've got the wards back off cooldown here for MMY if they want to just try and take a free tier 1 on the bottom. So that's going to be the plan here for LGD.
The items coming out from Sylar are just way too slow, though. Like he needed Orchid, I would say, last fight. If they pick off the Ember too with the Orchid, completely different fight. But he's still kind of working on it.
I mean, that was the worrying issue there, really, for LGD. The fact that the Ember had free reign in that fight was involved in a lot of the kills. The farm's really stepped up now for us. He's 8K.
He's free to reign around the fights if there's no Orchid and there's no Shadow Shaman.
Yeah.
And even without Shadow Shaman's wards, they probably could have still used him there. But again, I didn't think that LG was in that bad of a position going into the fight, but it dragged on a little bit too long and a little bit too far away from the T2. It went all the way over here.
Looks like so. Well, maybe he's going for the BKB next. Aoi, do you think he just goes for the straight up blink on top of the arcanes?
He can get a mech, honestly.
Yeah,
I think he's just a meat shield, because Ember can't really tank that much. he can like be tricky and stuff, but he can't actually just straight tank. You need kind of someone who's gonna soak up like co-op spells, be like undying target, and he needs to be up in front so they can actually kill the tombstone.
I mean, this does have to be worrying for LGD because this is going to be a game where the Ember Spirit is potentially going to get out of control. I mean, he's got 4 kills, 4 assists. He's only died once, and he's going to have a pretty good timing on the Battle Fury on top of the bots. I mean, you've got to really put
he's
a
not
lot
super
of your
safe
resources
though.
to catching him out. You've got to catch him out.
He's not super safe though, so that's I think got the kind of
they still have the potential to get him.
Yeah,
he is. But they're going to need to. I mean, 18 minutes in, the fact they've only been able to do it once. I mean, as you said, maybe they are just waiting for...
Shadow Shaman with Blink, though, is the next.
Yes. Oh, he is close as well, yeah.
So Shadow Shaman, Blink, Queen Orchid.
Okay.
Like, these are kind of coming soon, but not having the mech that fight is tough. I hope they didn't.
Wait, who's that? How close is Bulba to his Aghanims again? Very. Very close indeed.
Yeah. He actually does a lot of damage. I wish I could see damage done during the game, but he's 3rd on net worth, which is really good. That's incredibly good if you're Enchantress.
And it's really nice as well the way that they've got heroes like, I mean, the Tusk with the long range initiation and kind of stuns with the Snowball and the Shards. You know, a lot of situations Bulba's going to be able to find himself where he's going to be able to hit these kind of max range impetuses.
Impetai?
Impetai.
Impetus? Impetuses?
Yeah, is it impetai? I guess impetai would make sense. Or is it just impetus? Because it's, you know what I mean?
Throw out some ulties.
Yes, we'll go with that, man. Where are you at now, Grammar Boys?
So it was, pretty even up until that fight. So that's kind of expected. It was it's pretty tight early game.
It was that fight that's pretty defining.
Yeah.
But it's not the biggest, but LGD's lineup, if they get behind this game...
It's not good.
It's not good.
You have to win early with Undying.
Yeah.
I mean, you can transition him out, but you'll see Fear, like he goes for the Scepter Rush a lot, which makes him a lot more relevant. And Undying with a mech is not as relevant. So he could have had, 2 pieces, maybe 3 if he skips Arcane, but skipping Arcane is generally a bad idea. And then Razor could have had mech plus drums at this time. So I don't know. It's a difficult point though. Difficult position because you almost always want to get armor on Razor because he just kind of runs in. That's his job. Kind of like Tusk this game. Wonder what he goes for.
Looks like we're just having a few lag issues. Hopefully we'll be able to continue soon. Just Bulba and ROTK, we're just waiting on here. Hopefully they'll be able to...
They also need Blink on Shaker, and that's kind of nowhere in sight. So like a Blink Tusk is going to own the Blink Shaker, the Queen, the Shaman, pretty much everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Shaker's still nice in the sense that, you know, if Owie comes in with a Snowball, there's the turnaround potential with the Echo Slam, but you've kind of got to hope that the DC make mistakes, really, to take full use of these Shakers.
And DC also don't need to start off the fights because they have better late game.
They
have 3 pretty strong cores, whereas these guys only have 2 and maybe 1.5 because Queen of Pain is going on Orchid build and it's slow. So they have 1.5 cores, and DC have like kind of 3 cores in full force. Also, they're really good against BKB with Weave and Impetus and TA. So BKB wars, DC will win.
That's what I was thinking as well. With the Ogre Club for the race, do you think is it definitely BKB? Could we be seeing an S and Y come out?
Almost certainly BKB.
Yeah,
LGD likes, especially their tendency after
actually, yeah, true. Yeah. After the last game, we saw 3 cores just go for the other BKBs. Yeah, they do love their BKBs. Yeah,
that's true. Late game decisions.
Late game decisions. Here we go. Back in now. Maybe going to continue to clean up the jungle here. TC. Is that what's he got coming out of the courier for TC? Was that the completed? Or?
Do you have game sounds?
Dire's structures are fortified.
What happened to our sounds?
Radiant's top tower
you muted them, Ben.
How did I mute them?
I don't know. There we go. We fixed it. I don't know. Did you press a key or something?
I don't think so. I didn't do anything, dude.
Did you press this button?
I pressed... Oh, probably.
Oh. Hello?
I guess that happened at some point.
There we go. Fixed it now.
We should take out that button.
Yes, just in case. Well, at least thanks to these beautiful headphones that we're sharing, we are aware when the game sound is cut. Oh, we're muted. What?
What?
Are we muted?
No.
Now we don't have sound. What?
No.
There is in-game sound. Very funny, chat. Very funny. You can hear us and you can hear the sound.
I think it was a little bit delayed.
That was a bit delayed, yeah. No sound. No in-game sounds. Oh, actually, there isn't. Okay, there isn't. There is not in-game sounds.
What?
Oh. Oh, okay.
What happened?
How do we fix this?
I don't know.
Yeah, unmute everything, man.
Did it work?
Is that working?
I don't know.
Yes, we fixed it, Ben. You did it.
We fixed
You
it?
did it. We did it.
Are
there
you
we
sure?
go, Ben. There
How
we
do
go.
you know?
There we go, chat. We fixed it. We fixed it. There is sound out. We fixed it. Don't worry. Ben fixed it. We're all good. We fixed it. We fixed it. Okay. There's no sound. There is. It's fixed. Is it fixed? It's fixed. We fixed it. We did it. We did it. Well done, chat. Thank you. We would not be here if it was not for you guys at Twitch Chat headquarters. So thank you. Keep up the good work. You full-time Twitch chatters. We would not know what to do about you. But anyway, we've not missed anything. Didn't miss any exciting sounds. No big lots have been used. In fact, all lots are available. Or Ben, don't press the buttons again. Okay.
I got my hotkeys for net worth, dog.
I can press those.
I can click these, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's fine as long as you just don't slip. And it gets a bit messy.
They're in trouble.
Radiant's
LGD's in trouble,
LGD
man.
are in trouble. DC.
Oh, wait, S and Y.
It is the. Oh.
Is it S and Y?
Who called it, Ben?
Yasha in a
Call
BKB?
yourself a nana. That's such a
We don't know, though.
dude, it's going to be S and Y.
Is it going to be S and
It's
Y?
going to be S and Y. He just went. Actually, no, it might not be S and Y. But if it is, top lane. Top lane, Ben. Come on, let's not T-Tours now.
I got it.
We've got the Ush kill.
They got the Orchid.
That's the Orchid. And that's the kill.
That is the kill.
But he did have the completed Battle Fury bottom, so he lost literally no money.
But he's still super vulnerable for like a.
Radiant's
He
bottom
may have
pretty
lost
long.
it.
is under attack.
He got the
Radiant
got the Battle Fury.
structures are fortified.
Go Siler.
Silent with the players there. Bottom lane, Bulber and TC put on the pressure now with the Deso on TC. DDC is there, but the fish has already been thrown out, and it looks like this will just be a free tower hit. Tombstone's been dropped, but it's
Radiant's bottom tower
just for the
has
scenery
fallen.
by the looks of it, and it may be even just for the gold. I think DC will just take down the Tombstone.
Yeah, LGD's right back in the game though with the Orchid and the. Like they were looking weak because of no Orchid and no Blink, but now that MY has kind of been doing his own thing and getting his Blink dagger, it's really big for them. They can kind of keep continually putting his Ember in check and then only worry about 2 cores, hopefully, if you're LGD.
And it was. He's got S and Y now, then, maybe.
If you're DC, you're still looking pretty good. You have the Grave and the Snowball to kind of protect you from that sort of burst in a real fight, in a 5-on-5. And you have TA who's going to do a metric ton of damage with Blink and Dezo and Aegis.
I mean, what does TC go for next on the TA? Does he need a BKB this game, or could he go for the crit?
I think you need BKB.
You need BKB.
I mean,
I guess with the
it's not that great against a Razor. It is S and Y. But does he get BKB? I think so. You can also just go crit. Crit's fine too.
I'd like to see the crit come out. I mean, then you're one-shotting what the Shaman, maybe even the Earthshaker at this point as well.
But you can just kill him with a.
Yeah, you probably just two-shot him anyway at the moment with the Deso.
Yeah.
And he'll get a good nailed refraction hit. Yeah, I feel a lot of this game is on Ush and what he can achieve on this Ember Spirit now.
Is it?
Now that he's
Enchantress is up in front though too. Like
yeah, but I guess they don't really have. I mean, DDC's probably.
Like you don't need a.
No,
You might not need a BKB on Temple Assassin because you have Bulba up in front.
Has he gone too deep?
I don't think so. I don't think they can kill him.
Has he got TP?
No, but he
does.
Just walk.
Now does he TP? Now does he TP maybe?
No, they don't have enough attack speed. Oh, maybe they do. Maybe that's why he went
Can they
SNY.
turn? TC's coming with Valley. No, they don't want to jump in. Maybe he's stolen quite a bit of damage. 224.
Yeah.
I'd say that registers as quite on the scale.
I didn't actually think he had enough of attack speed for Untouchable. It's what, 130, and then he has plus like 30. He popped drums. Yeah. With Agi Treads, I guess it's enough to attack reasonably.
I mean, at this point, I guess with the Shaman, you're just kind of looking for a bit of the split push potential. Just kind of.
No, you look for picks. Picks on.
Really? I mean, do you not just want to try and get rid of these tier 2s?
Your late game's worse.
Control back up.
Your late game's worse. You have to. You get. The towers will always be there. Like you have to keep them limited so your cores outscale them.
Okay.
And you leave yourself vulnerable to like an Ember Spirit, like jumping you and just wrecking you in a team fight. So I think it's much safer to just go for picks. Pushing dangerous. Pushing bad. You get hit by Weave, and then things.
And then TC
things
jumps
go
in,
wrong. Yeah.
and he has nearly got his BKB. Just about 800 to go.
It's because if you go in like that, like they can just pick off your most important hero, which is I think Shaman at this point. Shaker also doesn't have Oh, okay, maybe he does have a blink.
Ooh, I mean, this is going to be big. Yeah.
Wasn't he just super poor?
He was on about like 100 gold.
Yeah, what happened?
A few minutes ago.
Did he like echo a stack?
He was involved in that Bulba kill, wasn't he? So
yeah, he was. Did he get the kill? No. He's 0 and 2. I don't know how he got that much gold, but he was at like 200 at the pause.
Yeah. He was literally just sitting on smoke and boots early.
That's good. So now they actually caught back up on like their Razor and Quap. Quap was pretty low and like 2,000 below Ench. Now she's back up.
There's a smoke up now from LGD as well.
Let's kill Ush.
Ush is the high priority target here.
He is.
No doubt. I mean, TC at this point as well is pretty scary. If you can get the TA.
Yep, they're both pretty good.
I mean, look at all these sentries here dropped by DC in the jungle. They want to make sure they can keep control of this.
Oh, they saw TC blink. It's over. It's over for you, TC. It is over. Wow.
That's a lot of hate here.
Sparing no spells.
Wait, they have detection?
They don't have detection?
Oh,
are you
LGD.
What? Wait, you blinked into the sentry!
Oh,
wait, that's their opponent's sentry.
What? They don't have... Oh, they didn't have detection. They didn't have detection. LGD, let's get detection gaming. Because they didn't have it there. And,
wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I can't believe they had a smoke ink. They found like one of the best heroes and they didn't have detection. Are you kidding?
I mean, that's a bit painful. I mean, they committed all 5 heroes and they don't get TC.
So painful.
Yeah.
I think that was the Earthshaker blink reveal too.
It was, yeah. Yeah, it would have been, wouldn't it? Yeah. That was the first time TDC came out with a blink.
Disaster.
Disaster, indeed. Well,
he blinked into them too. Or he blinked under the vision.
He blinked it straight next to the ward, yeah. It looked like an easy setup, but they just didn't.
They didn't have enough
the means.
Lockdown? Blink into Shackle. I don't know if that's enough.
Well, I'm sure they're kicking themselves for that one. Come back better this time.
Okay, so it looks like he's building armor. Yeah, that's good. He doesn't need BKB.
I mean, what does Bulba need on the Ench after the
Bulba?
Shivas?
I don't know. He has problems. I see BKB a lot on him. BKB's good.
For yourself, just pure. BKB?
Because then you don't get hit by like Earthshaker and Shadow Shaman are like completely useless.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you can also do a lot of damage to Razor because he has a lot of armor. He has 15 armor right now, so you really need the pure damage from Enchantress to kind of whack him down before the melt stacks.
I like this move from DC as well. Coming straight in. MMY does get the blink off here. But DC just going to close in. Now, can LGD fight into this? MMY is going to look for the TP out. There's going to be the punch onto maybe. The slight finishes off MMY before he gets out. Maybe is also going to go down here as well. DC again with a very nice rotation. And now with the Searing Chains combo from Ush. That slam's going to not do a lot for this man. And DDC's down as well. And LGD, they're just not turning up this game. DC are just walking all over them at this point.
That should be like a good setup for them. Yeah. They blinked up. They showed up around the corner. He blinked out, and then where's your like Echo Slings? Like boom! Yeah. You guys are 5-man smoke. We're gonna rock you with Echo into the Sonic Wave. But where's our teamwork? I thought DC would have a lack of teamwork because of having a stand-in, but LGD looking very rocky. And then Aegis number 2 going the way of TC.
Yeah, Roche.
Okay, he did go BKB. BKB is safe.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, as you said, he's kind of got the damage anyway with the Weave as well. It's more about just keeping him alive and allowing him to run around these fights.
It's so good versus these 3 heroes, though. Undying, Earthshaker, and Shadow Shaman.
Ah, here we go. DC are ready to put on this pressure. Yeah. Heading down to the bottom. The rest of the team.
Okay, here they go. They need a big Echo.
They don't have the Echo though because he used it on the escape before. Just blinking with the setup of the fish. Just Silent jumps in as well. They drop the wards, but Bulba gets shallow grazed up in by Biryu. Bulba, the Shackle's there as well. There's no way for Bulba to escape from this one. They'll get the Enchantress. They do manage to keep everyone else alive here though. On the side of DC, a TP out from Ush is not going to be successful. Gets cancelled at the last moment. And LGD will clean up the Ember Spirit as well.
Okay.
So, nice defense there from LGD.
Let's TP out with a zombie on him. Get stunned.
It was ambitious. I mean, he was close. He was literally like 0.1 seconds away.
I mean, he's Ember Spirit, though, with 3 spirits up.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, there are other means to escape, man. But he's not a fan of putting out remnants before he goes into a fight. He is not.
That is actually a big issue.
tower is under
And off the
attack.
back of that, LGD will just take free tier
Radiant's
2,
bottom
by the looks of it.
tower is under attack.
2 heroes being lost there in the mid lane.
Dire's structures
And
are
there's a
fortified.
wraparound. Did DC want to try and
Dire's
fight
top
this?
tower is under attack.
I mean, they've got to buy. They
no.
won't buy
Not
back
without
the Ember
Ember.
for this, would they?
Actually, let's see.
What they do?
TA's strong enough.
Yeah. I mean, the weave comes
Dire's
out.
top
They'll jump
tower.
forward onto Sylar. The snowball stun. Will it still connect? Yes, it will. But the fish comes out.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. DC owie.
It was too early on the fissure.
And now maybe just going to TP out. There's a punch to cancel it though. Could they have anything got? Have they got the follow up? Yeah, TC's trying to move in as well. If they can get the shards off, no, not quite long enough there. Now we're a little bit too short. Maybe we'll be able to run away. Continue to try and move forward here, but yeah, the LGD are out.
Need armor. Guess he'll build the AC next. He should. The S4 build. He's actually caught quite a.
Crystallis on TC now as well. I mean, you did say at the beginning how this was one of TC's heroes. He hasn't actually killed anyone this game, but he hasn't died a lot, which is, I think that's a good thing here for TC.
He's done a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Like, he went on the Queen, and Queen was at like a 3rd HP.
Radiant's
Oh, they have a
top
solar?
tower has fallen.
That's good.
Radiant's
expect
middle
them to have a
tower
solar.
is under attack.
What's up with these random, like, non-cores just appearing with these items? Last game, I was so surprised when at UI had one. It's so good versus their lineup, though.
What's the game plan here now for LGD? Do they still need to kind of keep going out?
They need to stop giving DC's Roche. That's, I think, super important for them. Towers, they can't force, like, the T2s aren't that important right now without map control. So still get map control and get picks with Shadow Shaman. I think that's the important point, but he's walking through all these traps. So first step's actually get a gem.
Fortune's change.
One lane. They'd love to catch out Ush. I mean, this is the man known for not putting remnants out defensively. They won't be able to get him here though.
Well,
He
they
just-
saw him with the trap in here.
Yeah, he's got the invis as well as he walks it off. Playing it safe, TC. Looking for something mid. Here's the Razor on his own though, but it's going to be hard if maybe he gets out the static link in time. Now LGD now looking to push. They've got the wards available here on MMY. Let's see if he drops them straight away or saves them for the fight. He's going to drop them straight away.
Wow, he's already at half from one cleave. That's
He's gotta
scary.
be careful here. Is that Ush as well? Do you think he's going for the Lincoln Sphere here on the Ember Spray Knights?
It looks like it.
Yeah. I mean,
Manta
it's not a bad
style's
game
fine
for
too.
it. Oh yeah, well, actually, they're jumping straight in on him here. TC trying to move forward now. Oh, meld hit onto Quap. The fight will continue as the snowball from Harry leads through. TC looking for the chase down. Takes down the tombstone first. Now a look for ROTK. He's already losing armor here with the weave as well. The Echo Step on DC does nothing. Doesn't catch anyone on the side of DC. Bulba's just going to walk it off here. The Shallow Grave will keep him alive temporarily. They may still lose the Enchantress here, and they will, as maybe he's kind of cleaning up here with a killing spree. TC still looking for a position to jump back in, but he's playing it very careful here. And Biri is being chased right into the base here by Maybe. Maybe's just going to look to move in. The snowball comes out in time for Maui. DDC throws out Fisher onto 2. Now he buys back, returns to the fight, takes down DDC, and now with the help of TC, they'll look for RTK. They should be able to find it, and they will. Double kill here for the TA. Maybe still just running around in the base. Finishes off Aoi, but they'll find the kill at the end of the fight there, DC. And the buyback from Ush. Very nicely done, allowing them to just capitalize on the fact that LGD went a little bit too balls to walls there.
Did he try and blink before? I mean, I didn't see like a good blink echo opportunity for him.
It was hard, that fight.
Yeah, it was hard, that fight. It was still pretty good for LGD.
I think he was in a position in what, like, the slight comes out and then he can't jump straight back in for a good 3 seconds. It's
really disheartening though that your Ember Spirit gets jumped, you have Grave for him, and then he still dies. Like I don't actually know what they could have done with it. Like maybe like a defensive snowball or something like that. But they got so much damage on him during that, and they don't really have good counter initiation. Whereas LGD, like if someone gets jumped on their team, yeah, Blink Echo, which is as good of a counter initiation as it's going to get. So I don't know. Ember still needs to stay alive in these fights. Maybe actually.
I mean, the combination of TC and Ush, it's getting close to that point where it's
too much damage.
It's so much damage. I mean, we're seeing crits at
Glimmer
900 or so coming out here.
I'm still surprised he died that fight. He got hexed. But they have Grave, Glimmer, Heal.
Blessings.
He might even go Scotty, just so he doesn't die in a hex.
Yeah, it doesn't die for the initial burst. Well, LGD, they're going to feel a little bit shaken after that one. I mean, do you feel... I mean, maybe he did go a little bit ham there. You know, he was diving tier 4s. Was that the play? I mean, he gets the kill onto
It's fine if the Roshan isn't up. If Roshan is not up, it's definitely not the play, but you get his buyback, and it was, what, 4 for 3 in a buyback, so that's pretty even. I think it's okay.
Maybe working towards that Aghanims now to add to the push on top of the Shivas. It's a 1200 away from that one. Sylar just clearing out the wave in the middle, and LGD now grouping up. Just that final tier 2 standing here for DC in the mid lane. Let's see if LGD are willing
once
to
I think about it,
fight.
DC's anti-push is terrible. They just have, like, tusk.
I mean, I guess
pretty
it's
much.
or the weave and the slide. You know, if the weave starts to tick
Oh
up,
yeah,
LGD's
slide's
got to
really
be
good.
careful.
It's not that great for T2 defenses, though.
No,
It's much
no,
better
no,
for
no.
T3.
But when it comes to kind of pushing high ground, it's going to be a bit harder for LGD for sure.
So let's see, what do you commit for? Lincoln's or okay, Scotty for HP. That's fine.
Dire's middle tower.
It depends on what you die in,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
but like he can still die to an Echo Slam, for example, with the Lincolns or the Manta, which is why some people prefer to Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we haven't seen super great echoes coming out from DDC yet.
It's going to be even harder. The fact that Owie's just picked up Greaves as well on Tusk, so when this next fight kicks off, it's going to be quite something. I guess Bulba, he's picked up a Perseverance here, so maybe looking for the Lincolns himself. Or do you think we could maybe even see a Lotus Orb? With the plate?
Oh, I think Lotus Orb.
It's going to be Lotus Orb.
Lotus Orb is really good for Shadow Shaman.
This will be a nice pickup. Actually, fine. Sylar will BKB and just blink out it. Not going to give any chance for TC to get those right clicks in. And yeah, that's the Lotus Orb now done here onto Bulba, so
Yeah, it's so good.
pretty good this game indeed. A lot of single targets.
That's
lockdown.
That's really bad for LGD. Like it's really good against Shaman, and then like on top of that, like they have so much damage. So if they throw all their spells on Ember, he gets Lotus Orb, and then TC cleans up with his BKB. That's devastating. So LGD, I think, needs to make a move before the next Roche. If they let DC get this Roche, I'm pretty sure that like they're gonna have like 2 lives on Ember, 2 lives on TA, and that's just too much for them to handle in a straight team fight. And you don't want it to go super late because Undying's gonna fall off. Although, I mean, he has decent items, but it's still an Undying. And Razor's not your like super hard late game carry, so it's still shaping up DC favored. Even if it were like a gold lead for LGD, I still think it'd be DC favored.
Yeah, especially with what they've managed to snatch
Unless they
so
get
far.
fixed.
Yes, they need to get this Roche. That's going to be fairly soon. AC now done on the Quap, so that's something to help against all this minus armor. But it's, I don't know.
I think Ghost is a little bit better though.
Is it enough? Yeah.
Ghost is good versus the Enchantress too. So they need a gem. I think you just commit for a gem right now if you're LGD. You need to get control before the next Roche. You feel that pressure for LGD. It's like if we lose one more fight and they get Roche, we're gonna lose. So they have to take more risks right now. And DC, they taste it. They're on the brink of taking control of this game.
There we go, the risk takers. Smoke on smoke action is going to be coming out here. Both teams realizing that Roshan's around the corner, and this is the time to fight. If they come out of this fight successfully, they'll almost certainly get the Roche as well. Maybe jump straight in. Ash Remnants away first. Now Owie blinking forward with a punch onto Sylar. He's put the BKB now. Trying to do damage here with the impetus from the sideline. Bulba takes his Sonic Wave to the face. Drops the Lotus Orb on himself. Owie's still alive here by the Shelly Grave. TC kind of cleaning up. He's found the Shaman. He's trying to look for DDC. Should be able to find it. Yeah, and they will. They'll get DDC as well. Maybe seeing a hell of a lot of damage here though. They've got to be careful. He's got to have at least 2-2-4 at the moment here on this Razor. Chasing down Bulba as well. Trying to turn. It's not going to work. Triple kill for maybe. Dazzle's going to fall as well. And Ush, he's just left alone, orchid it up, he's not going to be able to escape. And LGD, a full team wipe against DC, and only losing the 2. And that's going to be perfect timing now with Roche coming up as well, as we said before the fight. DD on the Razor as well, with the AC being held by Sylar. That was as painful as a fight could go for DC at this point of the game.
They didn't get enough damage on their heroes. Like the smoke popped like right here, and Ember actually only slighted 1 hero. If he slights like these 3 heroes, that I think they're already at like half HP. And on top of that, they popped their blinks at the start of the fight. So I think that fight should have went way differently for him. If they're going to play like that, he might as well have just gotten a BKB, and then just you're kind of safe until that point. But that was so devastating. Also, the Razor static link is actually proving to be pretty devastating.
Yeah, he took a good chunk of damage that fight.
Wow. I can't believe DC lost the fight that badly.
Especially just, seeing how the kind of last 20 minutes of the game has been going. DC.
Yeah. Also, the Ember remnanted
ahead.
out. He remnanted out after the slight, and then Aoi was kind of left on his own after he snowballed in. So that's.
Yeah, and then you're in a situation where obviously the Grave was like dropped on Aoi, and he'd already thrown out his spells. So it's
Grave and Glimmer.
Yeah, there's not a lot more than Aoi can really do in the fight anyway. So maybe just being around to keep the TA alive at the end of the fight. Because the Dazzle was kind of the last to fall. You know, Buryu was there till the very end. So if he could have kept TC alive for a little bit longer, they may have been able to find a little bit more in return of losing everyone on their own team.
Yep. Now you need BKBs. They have so much armor now with the Shivas and the Solar and the AC that it's so hard to kill people. TC does a lot of damage, but until the weave starts taking it down, they won't be able to kill anyone.
We'll see how much confidence LGD have got off the back of that fight. They may even go for the high ground push. They've got the Aegis on maybe, and the AC as well on Sylar. They're good to go here. The wards, I mean, that's a maybe as well. For the Ags as well. Everything. There's a lot of physical damage. They're probably going to lose a set of racks in DC. I don't think they'll be able to stop this one.
Yeah.
Bob's going to get orchided up. He's holding him back here. Very looking for the way to jump in, but I just can't quite find it. So up onto maybe they'll just stand there. They'll take the rest. TC now jumps in. Sylar just gets deleted by a couple of clicks there from TC. But they got the racks they wanted. They get the melee racks. Glimmer came onto maybe, trying to get him away from Ush. Ush is going to continue to chase. Predict the way, but now with the Fisher, could they try and turn this here? No, they just go for the quick TP out. And it's going to work out for him. Not going to work out for DDC though as he gets left behind. They'll find the kill there. So they do get 2 kills from LGD. But LGD get the melee racks.
You asked earlier about why Shadow Shaman is like not that pick right now, but here we see like a really big strength. You're dealing with a pretty, Ember with Slight and Battle Fury, which is generally really hard to push high ground against, but with the wards, it's actually super easy. They turn on the Razor ulti, they go high ground, take a Rex, no problem. It would be so much more difficult without the wards, and obviously he's pretty farmed too, so that certainly helps.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem though. You take melee Rex in the mid lane, but if the other team's able to push back fast, BKB?
Yeah.
Hello?
I don't know what happened there.
What? Oh, TC? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Butterfly?
Okay.
They actually just need one Force Staff, I think. Force Staff to push someone out of the link. Without the Razor Link, I think they win that fight too. But he was doing so much damage. But who gets a Force? I guess Tusk maybe?
It was an axe now on the Shaman. I mean, that is scary. We've already seen how he drops it down and he gets a set of racks. If he does that again, I mean, you just need to, as we saw, if LGD take one fight, they're just going to walk up to your racks and delete them at this point.
He won't have BKB up if it breaks out in the next 10 seconds, but I guess they're not really concerned because maybe he's in the top lane. So this would be a really good pick if they could kill Sylar right now.
Oh, Sylar, nice BKB. Straight away gets himself out of that one.
He realizes he's the only vulnerable one because Razor has a ton of armor, 2,600 HP and Aegis. So if you're in that position, you're like, I'm the only one they can possibly kill right now. So very good reaction from him and anticipation.
And I like this from Sylar as well. He's going for the full right click build here on the quad, the physical DPS with the Demon Age now picked up in 1500 gold as well on top of the AC.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's transitions a little bit better to this stage of the game now, 43 minutes in, and of course just offers the push. When you win a fight and you're hitting away at the racks as well, which is kind of what they needed. We talked about at the start in the draft the fact that the only real right clicker would have been the Razor, but now they've kind of adapted to that at this point at LGD and realised that having Sylar with those items as well is going to be huge with these pushes.
Sylar played the mid game really well.
Look for a snowball here. TC just got to clear away the wards. Now he's now going to get caught in the middle of this all here. I don't think he survives this one though. Gets hexed up and gets taken down by LGD. LGD that managed to keep the tombstone alive here. Bob was trying to do his best to take it down, but he's not going to be able to. Echo Slam to the face of the Enchantress. There's going to be buybacks on both Aoi and Bulba here as they return to the fight.
They still have Aegis though. They're not scared.
They're not scared at all. They're going to be ready to go for round 2 here. Here's the snowball in from Aoi, straight into the middle of them all. Punch onto DDC, can't quite kill him. Again, Buryu just throwing out the Shallow Grave on quite a healthy Aoi here. So that's going to be the Shallow Grave down now. RTK no scepters and moves away. The Stallion Link comes out from maybe. And he's going to get out for beautiful duration here. But it was Lotus Orb now. So he's actually, nothing is being lost of any value by either heroes here. All losses are being gained. And off the back of that, TC just turns around. Goes in with a mailed hit and the right clicks as well. But this is nearly enough. Jumps forward to the high ground. Should be able to get maybe. No, yes he will. The final touch flies through here. Sylar's been left alone as well. Can't blink away. And DC this time with a very favourable defense.
Yep, Aegis expired and Lotus Orb.
Oof. The Lotus Orb pickup, as you said. really working, because at this point, really, TC, when he's in these fights, that's all he's got to worry about, really, isn't the static link. And once you've got the Lotus Orb, you're good to go.
I think it might have been worth it for Aoi to sacrifice his life for the Shaman Wards, too. Because it's an ag Shaman Wards, and he bought so much time with the Snowball. They're all just waiting for him, and his whole team's killing the wards. So that was a very nice move by AUI and Digital Chaos in general. So now Ember's like doing a ton of damage.
Oh yeah, with a Daedalus now in the Ember. Yeah, this is going to be high ground push time for DC. They haven't got maybe.
The echoes have been very subpar too. He's been using on like one single targets a lot in this game.
Buyback here from Salah. They know they've got to do something. The fort coming out very early as well here. So that's going to be the fortification gone. The question is, do DC hang around or do they play it safe, wait for Roshan at this point, do you reckon?
Play it safe, yeah. I'd say.
There's no, I mean, they're not really in a need to rush the base of this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
buyback on Tusk. Yeah. No on Ench. Okay. Yeah. Pretty even in terms of fighting capabilities. You really want that Aegis cheese.
I mean, hey, look at that network. That was quite a swing. It's went up to coming up to 10k and then back down to 0.
No.
Oh, 15 getting an XP as well. Just all these fights, all these kind of full team wipes that we've seen coming out from both sides. In fact, the TC's sitting on level 24.
So, yeah, Lotus Orb, good item. If he can get it before the Link. Now he has Refresher Orb.
Okay.
Link 2 people.
Oh, I guess as well, with a Refresher's Orb. Nah, it wouldn't let you link the same person twice, would it?
I think you can. Why not?
So, but I guess the Lotus Orb will reflect both anyway.
Oh yeah,
time, so it wouldn't work unless the Lotus Orb expires. But we could see the double link for the double hate. See if it comes out.
I mean, you can only really use it on, I guess, like one on Ench, one on TA maybe, but they'll just split up. But having double ult's really good too.
Yes, yeah, it's all about the ult here.
Double Plasma Field. Double Shiva's Guard.
Well, as you said, it looks like I think that might be after Lotus Orb as well.
Yeah, and Sheep or Lotus, I'm not sure which. They need more armor on Radiant. They need a Vlad's, I would say, to stack with all their stuff. Maybe even a Crimson Guard. Crimson Guard is not that great. Just get a Vlad's. I don't know. It's still like 3 core versus 2 core. But the 2 cores are doing a lot of damage, and
they are doing
Bulba's fell so far behind. So, you know, like the Axe Rush is like decent, but a lot of Ench players prefer getting Midas a lot. You'll see Puppy get it very often just because she has trouble transitioning from early to mid to late. Well, most players don't even make the early to mid transition, so I think, you know, Bulba's been playing pretty well to, you know, even be this much of an impact on Enchantress. But the mid to late is really hard of a move, and the Midas really helps that painful time.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
One of those periods again where both teams, they're just hanging on. I don't think we're going to see that much more action here before the Roche, or maybe just before the Roche comes out, like we saw before. Both teams looking to fight before Roshan spawn, knowing that if they come out from a successful fight, they will get that Roche as well, and that Aegis. And it'll be the cheese this time going for whoever side wishes to claim it.
Yeah, they have the gem now though, so that's really good. Gem on both sides.
There we go. And it's the timing. LGD smoking up, realizing that Roche is about to spawn. This is the time to find the pickoffs. This is the time to win the fights. And they're going to go straight across. So the question is, do they find anyone here? DC keeping it cool, heading back to the base themselves, only pushing out the top lane with Aoi. So unlikely to lose anyone off the back of this smoke up from LGD unless they do come out to farm mid. And I don't think they will without with the creep wave pushing out. So I don't know if LGD will quite find something with this, but they'll be able to get some intel on the fact that DC aren't out of the base at the moment. And then they'll maybe just go straight back for the Roshan, which should be up very, very shortly now. Yeah, just any second it's going to be spawning.
Are they going to see it though when it respawns?
Yeah, look at
that. Okay. Yeah.
Illusion Rune's doing it for the team here. So Roshan, both teams are going to know it's there. Starlight isn't going to be around though. And
they might try and sneak it right now though. This is really dangerous.
Starlight's just TP top.
He doesn't have a way to self-TP. So
I was just giving the walk around there. Blinks away, so they're
just going to give away the
they've
road
got
for
it,
free.
The fact that Sylar's not around means that they just can't fight this, and DC are going to just melt through Roshan. Roshan now on the Aegis, now on the Ember Spirit. And Sylar did look to try and go for that one. Actually used the BKB there as well. So
I think that's one of those situations where you fake the TP and then you go in for the kill. It's very obvious that TC has a lot of damage. They have like so much damage from TA right now that they can just obliterate Roche in probably less than 10 seconds. Whereas LGD, it takes them a really long time because they don't have that many good Roche, unless they want to commit the wards to it, which is sometimes not advisable. So I don't know. They give a Roche, and now they're in a really bad position. It's dangerous times, man.
I mean, yeah, this is the point where DC are going to feel confident in going up for it. I mean, there are things they've got to be aware of. Obviously, the Echo Slam, the fact that there is the refresher on the Razor as well. And Usher's just going to go top, start getting that lane pushed in as well. He's got the Remnant out, though, if LGD do decide to come out with this defense.
So curious as to what Tusk is going to go for. If they want to go for, like, picks on the side.
I guess as he's saving up, it's going to be the Scythe, isn't it, you reckon?
Maybe. I mean, he's probably just saving for buyback, though, right?
That's true.
First. Buyback first, and then kind of check out what item you want to go for.
Haste.
But Scythe is good if they want to get picks, but I don't really think picks are the problem right now. Man, Ember's so big.
Blessings.
BKB and Daedalus since that last big fight.
He's closing on the money to pick someone else up as well now. 2.5 down, and TC's got more money than he knows what to do with at the moment. 5.5k is just going to be getting
Moonshard.
Moonshards would be the dream here. I'm sure it'll be the thing that's next on his mind. But as you said, at this point, yeah, the buybacks are going to be pretty key, making sure that you have got that second chance in these fights if they do go badly. And having the bots as well is going to be pretty necessary. If DC want to try and go for a push, if they lose TC, getting him in there for a second time could be game-ending for the side of LGD.
LGD need more lane pressure. They need, I think, a Ghost Scepter on Shaman so he can actually split push out lanes. And then if it's one person that picks him off, he can Ghost Scepter if they BKB and Glimmer away, as well as just Hex TP. And then that way you force at least 2 heroes to come and deal with you when you split push. Because he can actually, I think, split push faster than anyone once he actually gets to the towers. So they're not really able to utilize that part of their lineup. And DC's able to squeeze out a lot more farm on the map and pressure LGD's towers, or they normally wouldn't be able to.
Well, still both teams just very scared of each other here. Or at least LGD more so of DC at this point.
Yeah, they're scared to walk into a big echo, which is completely understandable.
But how do you kind of work around that then? Do you just have to
get really
wait until LGD come out?
You can always do the slow siege with Lotus, Lotus, Glimmer plus Solar when you go down high ground. But they don't have a Solar Crest, so that's kind of an issue because Ember has no armor. So kind of without that, you just go for picks, which you need the Scythe of Ice for, which also might be a little bit slow. But it doesn't look like they want to take that risk, which again is completely understandable. You don't want to throw this game away when they have a very good lead. They Aegis cheese, and they have more cores, so not really under that much pressure. And MMY's not being able to split push your towers.
And TC still, how much money has he got? Has he nearly got enough for Moonshards on top of buyback? Nah, okay, he needs another 2k. 2k.
Just needs like what, 500?
500?
Yeah.
Wait, no, he's got what? 2.2k surplus. He needs what? 4k surplus, doesn't he?
No, you just need. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he needs more. I was looking at his unreliable.
I mean, one team fight, he'll have to money. I mean, I don't think it really matters this fight. Like,
I thought he had more reliable.
He's doing enough damage anyway. The extra attack speed's
yeah, he doesn't. Really
not a huge necessity, but it'll be nice once he's got the cash to get that as well as have the buyback. And it looks like the tier 3 is just going to go down there to the creeps. Alright, so exposed racks down the bottom lane here for LGD. Let's see who's going to be the front liner. It's just moving in. Doing the tickle with the slide. That's going to be the weave hitting onto 2. Now MMY may be starting to lose that armor here. DC still can't quite find a place to jump in.
They need a smoke for Earthshaker, but I don't know if they have a smoke.
He's just getting a little bit more confident.
Yeah. He's going to get hit by like Slight and stuff or just jumped. But Are they just going to give us racks up for
TC
free?
just sits there, hits the racks, and they're going to be gone. Silent now pops the BKB, has to blink away. Maybe now with the Shiva's trying to turn, but Aoi hits him up in the snowball. See a charge straight forward onto maybe. They have dropped the wards here, and that's going to be Aoi down. So they get one kill. Styling onto us, he's got to remnant himself away. LGD trying to chase people out of the base. So they get the Hex onto Bulba, the Plasma Field as well as the Orchid. They should be able to burst down the Sench, and they will. So they get 2 kills off the back of that defense. But they did, of course, lose half the ranks, but it was the range wreck. So
those were the 2 heroes that bought back.
not the least painful. They've still got buyback, though. It's back up. But nonetheless, a successful defense there from LGD for the most part.
It's pretty good.
Making the best of a bad situation there for sure. And we'll see if they themselves now want to try for a push. We saw how scared they were before that fight. They stayed in the base for a very long period of time. We weren't seeing a lot of action. Maybe LGD will try and go off the back of this. Maybe even force 1 or 2 of these buybacks out from now in Bulba. Let's have a look.
Invisibility.
They could definitely force 1 buyback. He didn't use his refresher for that fight. Unfortunately, they don't have the wards, and Shadow Shaman's not rich enough for a refresher, so that's kind of their weak point for this upcoming fight.
There we go. So there's going to be a buyback on Aoi here. They really don't want to... LGD is just out. Like, how he's back. Let's get ourselves out of
They
this.
still don't have a good way to approach the base. Every time they're closing towards Digital Chaos's base, it's always S5, and after they win a team fight, they need better ways to approach the base and threaten like a... you know, the ward drop, because that's extremely devastating when you're already down 1 racks. So I don't really know how they go about doing that, though. Especially, it also really helps like with your Roshan attempts too, because if your lanes are pushed in, you'll get more information in the opponent.
Quap's got a lot of money. 5.6k coming up on Sylar here. He's got enough to finish off the MKB. I assume he's going for here rather than Daedalus. Yeah, there we go. So MKB's done. Just making sure he had the money there for the buyback as well.
They don't have, I guess, just evasion on TA, no solar. Okay. Extra instance of damage.
I mean, does TC need to be picking up an MKB for himself? Because he's having to deal with the solar.
What is up with this?
Well, I think he needs to change his hotkeys around here, TC.
Yeah,
I mean, there's something going on. That's what, the second BKB in the middle of nowhere coming out from TC?
Yeah.
Come on, step it up, lad.
So does he need a BKB? No one has evasion. Aside from the solar, so I think Daedalus is better. Being able to one-shot people with the meld strike is strong.
Okay. Oh, wow. A couple of pickups coming up here.
Okay.
For the Manta and Halberd being done. I think it was what EA disassembled the SMY and sold the Sanj. Got himself a Lasher.
Got a Manta. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
That's scary.
It is. It is. The Halberd's going to be nice.
Double
especially seeing as these BKB charges are going fairly low on TC. And he doesn't seem to have them half the time. So Halberd's going to be nice against this man. Jump straight into Ush. Very nicely done from LGD there. They'll look for more here. Looking for TC and Biryu. They'll find Biryu. And okay. I mean, can they get TC here? Nice. Should be fine. Yeah.
Another strength of the Shadow Shaman late game. The Blink Hex is so good.
Yeah, suddenly Ush, your highest value net worth core, gone. They do have buybacks on both. They probably need to use it here if they go in and
force it. They're not going to force it?
Surely they will. Come on, LGD. Have the strength. Okay, TC jumping in on Sylar, but Sylar will be able to get himself out. There's a snowball fall from Aoi. TC pops the BKB, tries to turn it, but maybe he's got off that static link in. He's stealing a fair bit of damage. 224 on the count at the moment. TC just can't do the damage now, losing it all to the Razor. And now they've got to get themselves out. There was a death here on Aoi. He does not have buyback for this fight. They're going to try and move forward. Ush would love to find them, but a nice Fisher holding back the 3 members of DC. Doesn't matter, Ush still wants to try and chase down ROTK.
No, the gem.
And it looks like ROTK is going to be left to go here. He's going to be gone. Gem on the deck.
Now they
require buybacks, of course, from the side of DC.
Yeah.
So
that's what Ember's buyback, as well as TA. Yeah. So that's really bad for this impending Roshan fight. Let's see.
2 buybacks down, TA and Ember, as you said,
yeah.
and the Dazzle B you brought back at the end of that as well. So this is not ideal.
They ideally wanted the Roshan to spawn right then, right after they retreat into their low. But
I mean, we're seeing the issue with the fact that, as you said, if they get the Blink Hex and the lockdown onto Ember, he's going to be done. Yeah. And then if they get the Static Link onto the TA, TC just is pretty limited the amount of DPS you can do in these fights.
Well, that's where you need the Lotus Orb or like a Blink
you need,
Snowball or a Grave.
They've got to make sure.
Yeah. Well, you know, you could say it's a support spot for not being behind him. You can also say it's like, you know, Ush needs to be more careful. I actually think Ush needs to be a little bit more careful.
He was very far out. He was like across the.
Kind of been like that whole game. There's been like a couple of deaths here and there, and then, you know, it's just you don't want to develop those kind of bad habits because then you die at a point where it really, really matters and your team is kind of screwed. They didn't even pick up the gem? What? Well, TK's like, hey, got my gem back.
Oh, what?
What? It was just sitting right there.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Easy gem recovery.
Okay, so Smoke into Roche. Roche is up. They're going to see, do they have the gem? Yes, they have 2 gems now. Okay, so Ward is going to die. Here we go.
This is going to be the be-all, end-all here from DC if they choose to fight this, and they will. Moving in. They can't lose their cause. They don't have buyback. This is a very risky fight, but if they can come out top, MNY is moving forward here, looking for some kind of lockdown, but Ush gets the BKB out here with TC. The static links out, and they didn't get the Lotus Orb out again, but TC does able to walk it off. They lose Owie,
though.
Owie's going to be out here for 80 seconds. Roshan falling here to the walls. The Aegis is on the deck. DC's going to blink forward. He'll look to take it, but MNY just picks it up here. They just want to make sure that DC can't get it. They've found Bulba. Bulba will buy back straight away into this fight. Ush continues to move back in, seeing if he can find anyone caught out, but TC's the one to get caught out. TC is down. Ush just jumps into the center of the mall. It's a nice slide, doing a lot of damage here with the cleave, but he's got to get himself away now as the LGD do chase him up to the high ground. Ush turning. DDC eats the cheese here. He's been hexed up, and Ush has just hung around too long for his own good. TC and Ush are off the game for 110 seconds, and GG is called. We said it would be a risky fight.
They had to take it.
Do you think they had to take that?
Yeah.
I guess, if Aegis and Cheese go
to
LGD, they lose anyway, but yeah.
That death by Ush, oh my gosh. There were a lot of other like small things. I think that LGD, they utilized the Blink Shaman very, very well. And he wasn't like the greatest at split pushing, but what he contributed to team fights was invaluable.
Yeah. It was, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah.
Maybe too with the Razor, making it look good.
Yeah, very good at the end. 14 for 4. The item build on point, and the static links as well in those last 2.
Yeah, he only had like one bad static link where he got on Lotus Orb.
It was literally the only one that I think that was the only time really we saw the Lotus Orb really come into play here for the side of DC. But overall though, DC not looking awful. No,
if their teamwork just slightly better and they kind of put Ush, make him play a little bit more restrained on heroes that can die easily. Maybe he's just not used to playing against a Shadow Shaman, for example, and the Blink Hex has kind of owned him a lot. Yeah. Whereas normally you can just like, you know, BKB out of an Orchid or something like that. So I think if he tightens up his play a little bit, they can easily get 3rd or 4th. 3rd? 4th?
All right. That's what, in the whole tournament or in the group?
No,
stage?
In the groups.
Oh,
in the groups.
I was going to say, man. Okay.
Whoa.
Let's not go too far here. But anyway, LGD take the first series here this is Group B, isn't it? I believe this is Group B, yes. So that's it for now. We're going to be back with the next series, which I believe is Fnatic versus eHome, I want to say. So we'll see how Fnatic are doing, if they've got what it takes to take down the big boys of eHome. So don't go anywhere. That game's going to be probably right around the corner if everything is going on time and on schedule, which I'm sure it is.
Thanks, OD.
I have no doubts. Thanks for what?
Just doing a swell job.
Oh, you too, Ben. Thanks, Ben. Cheers, Ben. But we'll be back. Me and Ben will be casting the next one as well. So if you want to stick around for that, please do. But for the time being, Ben, we can put on. Do you want to put it on a screen or something?
Or you can check out the Beyond the Summit 1 stream if there's a game going on.
Yes, if you want to watch them. I don't think there's a game on at the moment.
If you want to watch Group A.
I don't think there's anything on the Beyond the Summit 1 stream at the moment. So yeah, you're not missing anything, I don't think. I don't think they're streaming anything over there. But yeah, we're done for now. We'll be back for eHome versus Fnatic. Unless I'm totally wrong and that's not the game we're doing next, but I'm pretty sure that's the second game.
Okay, I'm shutting you up.
Yeah, let's go.